What is up, everyone? Today we're showcasing level 50 Latios in the Open Master League. Latios is one of my favorite Pokemon and definitely my favorite legendary. So when I came back to raids, I just had to try to get it to level 50. You know, normally I'm not really a raider. I think it's extremely expensive, way too expensive to get these legendaries to level 50. So I only did the Yveltal at the start. And after that, I just said, hell no, I'm not doing this again. But for Latios, I made the exception because I just love this thing and it was worth it. Because I also got a hundo along the way, so that was pretty nice. And I'm excited to try this thing out in Open Master League. I don't really have many other Open Master League Pokemon though, because I keep most of my other Pokemon at level 40. For like the classic leagues. I like Master League Classic a lot. I like Master League Premier Classic a lot. So I don't want to upgrade all my Pokemon to level 50, even though I do have the Dust and Excel candies for it, because then I can't use them in those leagues anymore. It's kind of, honestly, I think the dynamic between like level 40 Master League and level 50 Master League, it's kind of stupid. I wish there would be like some auto leveling system to where, or like a scaling system, I mean, to where I could use my level 50 Pokemon in level 40 Masters, but they will just get scaled down. I think that'd be very nice. But anyway, Latios has Lesser Perch now. Does a lot of damage. Look at that damage. Really, really nice. Alright, anyway. The team. Like I said, just using what I have. Extra Lead, because it pairs okay-ish with Latios. Beats the Charmers and Dialga, which Latios struggles with. And then I have my only other level 50 legendary in the middle, in Yveltal, because it's a decent safe switch. With Hurricane, it actually has a lot of play versus the Charmers and Zacian that usually come in versus it. Not the best team, honestly. Not the best team, because you do struggle a lot with Zacian. But it's manageable. Actually, I managed to beat a lot of Zacian. I actually managed to go positive with this team. I think more than half of the battles had Zacian in it, because Zacian is just OP. And I still managed to go positive. Only like 11-9 though, so nothing super impressive, but still decent with a Latios on team. Landorus Lead. I catch a second superpower on my Yveltal, which is really, really nice. This gives me a good play here. In comes another Yveltal. Actually pretty good, because now my Latios gets to avoid this. By the way, about Latios, it's definitely not the best dragon, alright? If it comes back to raids, I do not recommend you raid this thing a ton, unless you love it, just like me. I just built it because I think it's it's a really cool Pokemon. That's why I built it. But they're better dragons. Even like a Dragonite is usually better, but it has some nice niches. For example, versus a Mewtwo, it does better than many of the other dragons, except for Dialga, but like it does better than Dragonite because you resist the Psy Strikes. You also resist Superpower, which is really nice because we get a second Superpower catch this game. Talking about Mewtwo, in comes Mewtwo. I resist the Psy Strikes, so they have to go for the Shadow Ball to kill me here. I'm thinking this probably a Shadow Ball, but I also think I have to sweep it extra door, so let it go, but they actually Psy Strike, which is super good for me. I don't think I can farm this down before they get to another though, so I'm gonna let this go. And hopefully try to sweep with the drill here. I think I could have overfarmed by one more here, because they are energy dry, which means I need 5 Shadow Cuts, which means I can throw out 4 mud shots, but I didn't, and now this Landorus will outpace to 2 moves, I think. Throw one Rock Slide. They get to another move. If they're double now, they will win, because Landorus definitely wins the CMP tie versus Extra Drill. We CMP and I lose the game. I think I played that almost as well as I could. I got 2 catches. My mistake though was not overfarming one more Mud Shot. If I had done that, I would have won the game. Alright, bad lead. Well, actually decent lead with Mewtwo, but I have 2 better answers. So I go into my Hurricane Yveltal. I throw it onto the Tapu Bulu. They let it go. They didn't know. And they concede the game. GG. That's the nice thing about Hurricane Yveltal. Alright, they don't see it coming. Unfortunately, I don't think I got to hit it onto any Zacian this day. But it's actually pretty unfortunately, because most of the Zacian I saw were actually lined up versus my extra draw, which is kind of where you want to see it on this team. Anyway, we got a Lugia Lead here. We got a Lugia Lead. This is probably gonna be an Arrow Blast, but I let it go. Oh, Luckily, it's just Sky Attack. That's great. That's great. I'm gonna throw the Rock Slide again. If this kills, that's super good. If it doesn't, that's fine. I took the shield, which is good. I'm gonna shield this up. They're clearly very weak to drill on the back. It might be Dialga or a Charmer. In that case, I'm just gonna switch out with the drill and store it for later and go into my Yveltal to lure out a Dialga potentially, but actually, in comes a Charmer. And here you're gonna see why Hurricane is good on Yveltal. I hit 1 on the Sylveon. Unfortunately, they're gonna get to a Psy Shock here, but I am Dark type. I resist this, and it actually doesn't kill. And I get to another Hurricane. And this kills the Charmer. Really, really nice. If you, I think against Togekiss, you can't do that. Well, against Togekiss, you can do that if they don't throw the Ancient Power. If they throw the Ancient Power, you will die. Unless you get enough Snarl's advantage. But, you know, against Sylveon, you win that. Against Zacian, you lose, but at least you get it very low with Hurricane. So it's like okay. It's like very okay. I think in this meta, Hurricane... Oh, look at this. I tried to throw a drone onto the Giratina, but I over-tapped. I threw one Mudshot by accident, and it allowed them to switch into Lugia. Very nice switch by my opponent there. Caught the drone. This puts me in a rough spot. At this point, I gotta farm down this Lugia with the Latios. I don't have a move stored yet, though. Luckily, they don't either. And I get to the Dragon Claw right before the Giratina can get to a move, and it is a knockout. GG. Alright, Dialga Lead, very good. In comes Mewtwo. I bring in the Yveltal. It's a Shadow Mewtwo, actually. I know in Classic, if they hit an Ice Beam, you lose, but in Open Master League, you shouldn't. Unless they have Focus Blast, because Focus Blast actually does more than Ice Beam. Now they will be able to farm me down for sure. I think generally though, Shadow Mewtwo's won't run Focus Blast, so you're pretty safe in no shooting that move as Yveltal. Until you run into a Focus Blast variant, of course. But then, honestly, they deserve it, right? They deserve to get this switch advantage. Bring in my Latios. I resist everything they can throw, but it's a freaking Shadow Mewtwo. I'm gonna shield it up anyway. They'll probably come back in with the Dialga here, so I kind of want to preserve health, or I'm just gonna get farmed down. I go for the Luster Purge. In the moment, I was thinking, Dragon Claw is a pretty crappy move. It's only neutral, so Luster Purge, since it's really good, probably does more damage per energy. But that's not true. Dragon Claw is actually the move to go with. It is better damage per energy, but you're gonna see later that it doesn't really matter, because I need a Luster Purge plus a Dragon Claw anyway. Double Dragon Claw would not have killed, so... In this scenario, Luster Purge was actually the correct move. Just in general, you should go for Dragon Claws, alright? It's the better damage per energy move. Alright, Landorus comes in against his extra drill, very bad. Luckily, they do use 2 shields, so if I can farm down this Landorus and get to the Dragon Claw versus Dialga, I think I'll win this matchup. I bring in my Latios, they switch out their guy, their Landorus. Can I get to the Dragon Claw? I cannot, and this Iron Head will definitely kill. So, close one, but not close enough. GG. Alright, Palkia Lead, another one. This is not a great lead for Extra Drill, because an Aqua Tail does so much damage. So what I'm gonna do is just throw one Druin and then switch into Yveltal. Either take a shield or put it in a range where Dark Pulse knocks out. I do catch the Aqua Tail on Yveltal, so this is very good. This still does a good chunk though. Yveltal is kind of squishy. Yeah, it's kind of squishy. I'm gonna shield this up. Honestly, maybe a misplay, because they will get to another Aqua Tail before I get to my next Dark Pulse, which I'm not sure if I survive. If I don't, I definitely misplayed with that shield. Yeah, I won't survive this. So maybe I probably should have no-shielded. Though I took another shield off of them as well, which is actually really good, because now I can just come in Latios and go for the Dragon Claw. In comes Mewtwo. This is just a Side Strike. This is just a Side Strike. This is where Latios' typing really comes in clutch, because that doesn't do that much. That really doesn't do that much. Gonna Dragon Claw here again, and after this, I should be able to farm it down before I get to 2 more moves. Do I want to shield this though? I probably do. I could have Dragon Clawed here as... Oh, my opponent misplays here. They definitely had the Side Strike. I don't know why they didn't throw it. In comes Drill. I have my own drill with an energy lead slightly. I don't know. We had some weird lag there. Hopefully we CMP tied. This is a weird game. This is a really weird game. If he didn't CMP... Yeah, alright, we did CMP tie. If he didn't CMP tie, that would have been really tough, because then they would have been able to switch into Palkia. But yeah, now I can drill run to kill, or they have to throw the Aqua Tail. And if they throw the Aqua Tail, my Latios is free to just kill this thing with a Luster Purge. Honestly, Dragon Claw is the play here, but I had the Luster Purge. I just have to use it, and it kills the Palkia. Good game. Zacian Lead. This is exactly where I want to see it. Not a great matchup for Extra Drill, to be honest. You just want to farm up to almost 100 and then throw your Driven, hoping that they throw the close combat before you do that. But most Zacian, they're smart, and they won't. You win the CMP as Extra Drill, by the way, unless they're best buddy. But usually you do win. Oh, this... I knew they were a 2, but I was expecting the catch. I was expecting them either to not throw an alignment, or I was expecting the catch. But they actually just throw, which means I'm now 2 shields down, which is not great. I couldn't let that go, because I have nothing to farm down the Zacian with. So I really need to use my extra roll on it. 2 shields down is not great though, especially when there's a Ho-Oh in the back. I don't want to get farmed down. They're probably pretty weak against Drill if they bring in Ho-Oh versus it. So probably like Dialga in the back, maybe a Charmer. So I want to save the Drill. Bring in Yveltal here, even though it's not the best matchup versus Ho-Oh. I throw an alignment here, expecting them to throw immediately, but they actually didn't throw, so I denied their Incinerate, and now I get through a Snarl. Honestly, pretty lucky for me. But you know what, I'll take that. I'll throw the Dark Wheels here. This will take a shield. I think the only problem is, I think I died to 2 Incinerates, which means I won't get to another Dark Wheels, and they'll get a bunch of energy. But I don't die to 2 Incinerates, and I actually do get to do Dark Wheels, which is super good for me, because now we get rid of the Ho-Oh. In comes Giratina. Actually surprised they did not bring this into my extra drill, because it's much, well, it's not much stronger. I mean, Ho-Oh can just farm down. But the thing is, my extra would have actually been able to get the 2 rock slides versus the Ho-Oh, which they both need to shield. Giratina could have just taken a Juron and got into a move. So I'm surprised, but I'll take it, because I win the game, and it's a very, very good one. I definitely don't recommend going 2 shields down in the lead, ever. But it worked out this time, so I will take that. Another Zacian Lead. This time, hopefully I'll play it out a little better. Gonna go for the Duran right before they get to 7. Actually, they're at 8. They're at 8 Snarls now, so they're 1 over double. Just gonna throw another one immediately, expecting to CMP tie. This will probably take a shield, because otherwise they die. Oh, they actually didn't throw. They're over farming. I don't understand what they're doing, but I'll take it. They definitely over 100 energy. I bet it's pretty good. Just gonna go for another Duran. This one didn't seem to die with me. They went for another Snarl. They really like over farming. That's good for me. Can I catch it close combat here? I do. That's very nice. One nice thing about Latios versus Zacian is that if they run close combat wild charge, you actually resist every single move. So it is not terrible versus Zacian. It's just bad. It's just bad. It's not terrible, but it's bad. And most Duran play rough, and then you're just screwed, of course. They're basically one-shots with some Snarls. Lugia also not great, because Dragon Claw just isn't the best move, so I don't even get it that low. They have quite a bunch of energy now. I'm gonna let this go, but it's Aeroblast, right? Yeah. And it basically kills. I don't get to the slide, of course. Bring in the Eval tool. Do I throw? Yeah, I do throw Dark Balls here right before they can get to the Sky Attack. I don't want to take this extra damage. I don't want to have to shield. I want to save my shields for the Zacian, because this thing could play rough me. They do go for 1 right now. I'm going to shield it up, because it would do a lot of damage. They actually go for the close combat here, which maybe I should not have shielded. Actually, I should have, because this Palkia does way more damage with... or less damage with the Aqua Tail, but more with the Draco. But I'm not gonna let them get to the Draco. I'll throw another Dark Pulse here. If they Aqua Tailed, that would have been fine with me. So it didn't matter. They had to go for the Draco here, or make me throw before them. So them not throwing the Aqua Tail is like very smart, because the Zacian actually that gets to the close combat here, and I die 1 away from my killing move. So very well played by my opponent. Extremely close game. Alright, Ho-Oh Lead. This is a bit of an interesting one. Because it doesn't have Earthquake anymore. If it had Earthquake, I could have actually caught the Earthquake on my Yveltal, but these days everyone's running Sacred Fire and Brave Bird, which makes this kind of a pain because I can't really catch anything. Though, actually Brave Bird and dip into Zacian, and this is super good for me, because this is where I want to see the Zacian, of course, and now I can get my Latios on the Ho-Oh later, which would be pretty good. Gonna throw another Duran. This brings him so low. I'm just gonna let this go now. I can farm down the Zacian with my Latios. I might have even been able to farm down with Yveltal, but I wasn't too sure if I could. So it would have been close. Rather just take it safe, get some energy on Latios. Unfortunately, Lugia comes in. Throw the Dragon Claw right before, I think it was the 5th Dragon Tail. That means I'll get to my Dark Pulse right before they get to the Aeroblast. This might warn the shield. This doesn't kill though, but if they let it go, I basically just win, because Latios can just sweep everything. I'm gonna let this move go. It's probably an Aeroblast, but I think it's worth letting go. And then they're sweeping with Latios. The thing is, I wasn't I don't know. I wasn't really anticipating this switch. I kind of was anticipating this switch, but I wasn't expecting it to be this bad, because they actually get so much energy. And now I'm in a now this is a problem. This has just become a problem, because they're only one Incinerate away from another Brave Bird, I'm pretty sure, and I had to farm down. If I don't farm down, the Lugia just kills me. I couldn't throw my move, and this thing just Brave Bird, and I die. So yeah, Ho-Oh, quite dangerous, quite dangerous. That was the final battle as well. Hope you enjoyed today's video. Again, Latios, I love it, but I wouldn't really recommend it. There's definitely better Pokemon out there. Also, better teams. If you have a Latios and you want a team, this is not a team I'd necessarily recommend. If you have more Pokemon, if you have Ho-Oh, for example, that's probably a better pairing with it than extra, though. I think Ho-Oh, Latios score is actually super strong. So consider that if you have access to it. But anyway, hope you enjoyed. See you in the next one. Good luck with your battle, trainers.